How you guys doing? Welcome to the Gentleman Pixel podcast. My name is Sean. This is
Wow, that's a nice track.
it's Big Mike, everybody. Uh, so we were just recently talking about phones right now.
Yeah, we were.
I want you to argue for the Android phones. Why do you like Android so much? Because I'm an iPhone user and I love iPhones. Why? Why Android phones, Big Mike?
Do you really want me to go there? Do
Yeah,
you really want me to go
I
there?
do. I'm tired.
Well,
I'm tired of us all sitting in a car and me being the only one with an iPhone and everyone hating on me because I have an iPhone. I want you to explain to me what makes Android
okay,
so much
okay.
better.
First of all, point one, the fucking interface. The interface on a fucking on Android is not only great. I gotta admit, it borrows from the fucking iPhone where you could have multiple windows, right? But the thing is, it lets you customize it so fucking well. Like you could add widgets to it, which you could add like a fucking calendar, fucking have like a clock or something, or hide everything. You can even have your fucking battery information there if you want, or a digital clock. Whatever the fuck you want on this fucking widget. And iPhone, you can't really do that. All you have is these fucking stamps that you click on, and that takes you to a program most of the time. And then you could also like optimize your phone. Like you could like say you don't like something for your phone, right? You don't like how the keyboard works, right?
Mm.
You could change that. You could download a whole fucking different keyboard. There's so many fucking different keyboards for Android. It's like so many fucking tiny things. Like there's a weather app that's like one of the best weather apps out there. It's called I think it's fuck, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like Live Cloud or something. I don't know. Something like that. It's really fucking good. Like the thing is you don't have to stick to what is already there. You could make it better. It's like having a micro. It's like having Microsoft. You know how like there's so many things you can do with a Microsoft computer you can't do with a fucking Mac, right?
Yeah.
Like all this. Then you have the compatibility, and then pretty much everything that's on fucking the iTunes market is on a fucking out in the Android market. And then I mean, what I liked initially was you could there's external storage, so you could put more fucking memory in there. But a lot of phones are kind of switching, whatever. And also, it's just not one company that's coming out with a phone. So like, say like, oh, I don't like this company because they have horrible customer support. Well, I don't like this company because of this and that. You have more than one choice with an Android. You have a basic layout of the fucking Android. Other companies can optimize that. They could change it, make it better. So that's has room for fine improvement, which is great. There's like all these things, and it's just like a wider market, and it makes more sense to me. It always has. Like my phone's like really old, and I understand it's breaking down already because it's a fucking old phone. Like
Mm.
I think my phone's like about a gigahertz. No, I think it's fucking really low. I think it's a megahertz of fucking processor, like a really cheap processor, about 400 something megabytes of RAM, and it's like really weak to compare to phones nowadays. Phones nowadays they have fucking like the fucking Moto X has fucking 8 cores, dude. 8 fucking cores on a fucking phone. Can you imagine that? There's like they're not only 8 cores. The 8 cores split apart. Like one split for the screen, one split for like the voice navigation shit, and all this fucking shit. Like it's like that phone is really optimized to like have something great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like all these things, and then suddenly fucking iPhone 5S just comes out, right?
Hmm.
And it's a piece of crap. It's pretty much the interface has totally been copied from the fucking Android, which is we have on Android already. The fucking if you look at the body, it looks like a fucking droid. It does. Like people love that fucking body, and I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just bigger fan of Android, and like the whole fucking like with like iPhones, the whole fucking thing where like you don't really have control over your phone. Like if I want, I could go into my settings, I could adjust the fucking I could adjust things. I could adjust the fucking what 4G network I use at this place or like something like that, or just the settings where I could have like I don't know. It's just it's you have so much more optimization, so much more like use of in your phone, and like I don't know. It just feels like it's a bigger, better phone overall, and like I guess I guess like iPhones they could do something like that. It can make it better, but like
Hmm.
really they just stick with the same thing because that's what their people like. See, I think. between Androids and iPhones, like iPhones are for more for people that don't know how to use technology very well. Like, I'm not saying you don't know how to use technology because you have an iPhone, but like that don't feel they need like more than one thing on their phone. And I mean, this is the thing with Android. You could add things like, at least for me, you don't have to go through iTunes. You don't have to buy their fucking shit. You could just fucking load it onto your fucking phone and like as a file, and it'll automatically read it. And it's not as picky as a fucking iPhone. I mean, what do you like about iPhone?
Um, well, the interface, I like the interface being as simple as it is with an iPhone. Like I haven't upgraded to iOS 7 because I'm not that hardcore of an iPhone fan. I mean, but I have to admit that iPhone is really simple to use, and it is something where you can just get into and be like, "Oh, I understand how to use this. This makes
Yeah.
sense." But what I really enjoy about, and I guess not so much now, but what I really enjoyed about Apple products in general was their innovation. And with the iPhone 5S, whatever the
I
fuck it
never
is,
felt there had
no, no,
any
no.
real
Up
innovation.
until the iPhone 5S,
Uh,
there was no innovation. But
yeah.
once Apple put out this iPhone 5S with the fingerprint scanner and the
Yeah.
64-bit processor and all this like
You
little
know,
stuff.
you know, Andrew's already had a 64-bit.
I know
It's not
that.
even. It's not a 64-bit process. It's a 64-bit. What's it called? Wait, is it the process that's? I think it's just able to do 64 bits, but that's been on Android for a while, and we have had fucking like fingerprint scanning as well, which is it's not even a really great feature. I mean, who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
how fucking like special are you where you need to have a fucking
it's not that you're special. It's just it's an added security benefit. And the reason that it didn't take off inside the Android phones was probably because it wasn't that good. And given I don't have an iPhone 5S, I've never touched an iPhone 5S. I don't know what it's like, what the fingerprint scanner in that is like, but I'm assuming and this is what the big thing, especially people who love Androids hate about people who have iPhones is when they say assuming that Apple made it, it's going to be good. You know? But to be honest, I don't know. Like, I felt the innovation from Apple's side has been lacking, but I'll still always be a fan just because I like the simplicity of an iPhone. And given that it takes a lot more work to customize your iPhone in terms of settings and um, the way the interface looks, like you could still do it. And I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm a hipster, Big Mike. I mean, what can I
maybe.
say?
Well, I mean, like to everybody, they're all. I mean, I don't give a crap if you have an iPhone or have an Android. For me, it just doesn't. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic here, but for me, it doesn't like having no control over what your phone does or has. Like, I don't know. It's just it doesn't make sense to me. I just like having control over things. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like having that option to do something with like different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like especially now, because like you could customize your Moto X. You know what I mean? You could customize it. You could now they're pretty much letting you build your own fucking phone. You could customize the fucking like the say the covers and stuff and all these different things, the lighting and everything now on the Moto X. I mean, that's fucking amazing. That's fucking innovation there. And like, and this new thing with the Moto X, you could just talk to your phone. You could just talk to your phone. You could just say, "All right, Google, now, read me this fucking book, or play this song." You know what I mean?
It's kind of
That's
it's
fucking
kind of what
amazing.
Siri does anyway.
No, but I know, yeah, but it is a new fucking function for the like. I'm gonna be fucking bad off of Moto X. I admit this, but it's a new fucking thing where you don't even have to touch your phone. You don't have to touch it. You just talk to it and it'll do something. It's like you know how like you watch Star Trek or something, Star Wars or whatever,
Mm.
and they talk to the fucking computer and it responds to them because it knows that it's talking to them. I guess
Which
it's
is
kind of like that.
that leads me to another thing, which is kind of creepy that your phone is always on if you have to do that. I mean, given your phone is always on no matter what because you're connected to a network, but if your microphone on the phone is always on, that's a little scary.
Why?
I don't know. What if like you're watching some hardcore meth making and you know the NSA
Yeah, I
hears you?
guess. I mean, like, it has to respond to it responds to a keyword though.
Oh, so it's like the Xbox.
You have
When
to
you
say
say
you have to say Google now.
Google now. I want you to
Yeah.
teach me.
Or I'm pretty sure it's Google now do this, or Google, or you could just say Google do this or whatever. Which is a great, I mean, I think it's amazing. I think it's like, I don't know. It seems like it's a phone of the future. If it makes sense to you. And like,
But I mean, aren't all smartphones phones of the future? I mean,
yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
goddamn computer in your hand, and it's about the same as a computer you could make.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen anything about the new iPhone 5s, and that kind of pissed me off. It's an iPhone 5s. It's like,
I know it. I'm assuming it's because it didn't have a lot of innovation to get
yeah.
a new phone. That's,
But the whole reason why they added the S for the last one, the 4S, is because it had a series.
yeah,
I mean Siri, and so what does that mean now? It's like, okay, so this phone has Siri too, and this one has. It doesn't make sense. They just add the S for just because it's cooler. You know what I mean? And people are assuming, oh, it's a better version.
I don't think that's why they added the S, but I don't know for sure why they added an S in there.
You know what I mean?
To be honest, when you get past threes, you might as well just start calling them different things because
Yeah.
it just makes it way too confusing to keep calling it something like that. Like iPhone.
What the fuck are you talking about? They didn't make this iPhone 6 anytime soon. Well, in like a year.
No, I'm just saying it doesn't like I just want them to stop with the whole numbers after. Like once you make iPhone 3, stop, just stop. Just
my
call it either the iPhone or just leave it like that.
I mean, Nexus does. They have a number for their phones, but it's always gonna be that number.
Yeah.
Like the Nexus 7, it's always gonna be a tablet. It's always gonna be a tablet. It's just they're gonna make a new Nexus 7 or a Nexus 5, which is always gonna be a phone. They're just gonna make a new Nexus 5.
Exactly. Like why I think
They
Apple
just
should
name
do
it
that.
that.
Just be like it's an iPhone. I mean, this is the new iPhone. It's nothing there's no other number at the end of it. This is the new one. Go ahead.
Holy shit!
That's it. So,
It's a fucking beautiful computer here. Wow, I'm gonna check this out.
sure, why not? So that'll wrap up this part of the podcast while I look at Big Mike's computer. Catch us on YouTube, youtube.com/gentlemanpixel. And also we're on SoundCloud and stuff. I think we're on soundcloud.com/gentlemanpixel.
We're
We're
on
still working
SoundCloud?
on yeah, we are. It's awesome.
Oh my god, this is the nastiest fucking picture I've ever seen. Looks like a guy with boobs.
We're still working on the website. We'll get that out eventually. But thank you guys for listening. And remember, buy Altoids, kids.
Buy
Cinnamon
Altoids.
kind. The cinnamon.
Cinnamon guys are the best.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, dude, the other day I pretty much ate a whole fucking thing of cinnamon Altoids. It was because okay, this is what happens. I was throwing out trash because it was some like weird thing. I was throwing out trash. I'm not sure how I got in that situation, and I had Altoids, and I didn't want to touch the Altoids, right? You know, like because my hands are like touching trash and stuff.
Yeah.
So I opened the Altoids and I just put it in my mouth. Like just like try to pour like maybe one or two in my mouth, and I poured like half of the fucking can in my mouth. And it was like, well, I'm not gonna spit this out, right? You're not gonna fucking waste the fucking Altoids. So I fucking like man through those fucking Altoids. That was just fucking crazy. It's a lot of fucking cinnamon to be eating in one fucking sitting, dude. I'm telling you.